Hi and welcome back to Matthew's Travels and Tips, and in today's video we will be discussing what to do if your passport ever gets damaged. Now if your passport is damaged, we always recommend to apply for a new one. Now based on the extent of the damage, sometimes it can still be used, it may still be valid, but sometimes based on the extent of the damage, it may be no good at all. Now obviously if the passport gets torn apart, your dog ate part of your passport, then yes, you're gonna need a new passport. But if the passport got wet, it may be still useful if the pages weren't damaged or if you ran it through the washer. Once the pages aren't smeared or like there are any stains on the pages, then it should still be fine, but it's always recommended to apply for a new one if you have the opportunity to do so. So now we'll go about showing you how to apply for a damaged passport and how to obtain it the easiest way possible. Okay, so if your passport is damaged and you need to apply for a damaged passport, then you'd have to apply for a damaged passport application. And the process is quite simple. It's very similar to the new passport application and the lost or stolen passport application. And you're gonna need the government application form, the DS-11. You'll need a written and signed statement explaining how the passport got damaged. You'll need 2 new passport photos. You'll need proof of citizenship, original document. You'll need a copy of your ID, which can be a license. And you'll need the applicable government fees depending on when you're traveling. And once all these things are done, you're gonna have to go see an acceptance agent. Okay, so the first form will be your government application form, the DS-11. This form can be completed by hand or online and printed out. We do recommend completing the form online and then printing it out. And what I'll do is I'll include a link in the description below with an example on how to complete the government application form DS-11 online. So if you need assistance with completing that form, just click on the link below and you will see a video showing you how to get the form completed. And when applying for a damaged passport, you do need to advise the agency on how the passport got damaged. So basically you're going to be writing a statement, or you can type something out and sign it. It does need an original signature on it. But basically the letter to the agency is going to state, let's say Matthew, born on this date, with the passport number, and we're going to type out your passport number. I'd like to apply for a new passport as my previously issued passport has been damaged. The reason my passport was damaged was due to, and then you give your reason, whether it went, your dog ate it or it fell in water. And then you say, please accept my accompanying documents so that I can obtain a new passport for my travels. I've included the damaged passport as well in my package, as you do have to include that damaged passport. And if you have any questions regarding this, feel free to contact me and put a number so that they can call you if need be, and then sign the application. It doesn't have to be those exact words, it could be in your own words, but to that, make sure you include those details in it. You also need 2 new passport photos. Now even if the passport is still valid but it's damaged, you will still need 2 new passport photos, as any newly issued passport will be required to have 2 passport photos issued within the last 6 months. The photos should be 2 by 2 inches. They should be taken in front of a white background. No glasses allowed in the photos, and use your discretion when the photos are taken. If they look weird, make sure you have them retaken. Make sure you're properly centered in the photo. Make sure there are no shadows on either side of your faces. Things like that. Do your due diligence, and as you can see in the example here, on the left hand side and the one on the bottom, those are what passport photos should look like. Now because the last passport was damaged, it no longer serves as proof of citizenship or proof of identity, so you will have to provide these documents again for a new passport to be issued. So for proof of citizenship, you will need to have the original birth certificate or naturalization certificate. And these documents are returned with the passport once it is issued, so not to worry, but you do need to include the original document. You'll also need copies of your ID or driver's license. Don't send the original cards, send only photocopies. And it's probably best if you get it photocopied in colored ink, just so that it shows your face and the identification better. Okay, and last up you have your government fees. So you will need to repay the passport agency for a new passport to be issued. Now, the fees for the new passport are the same as a new passport application or lost or stolen. So it's $110 for a passport book, $30 for a passport card, or $140 for a booking card if you're doing 4 to 6 week processing. If you're under the age of 16 and it's a child passport, then it's $80 for the book, $15 for the card, and $95 for the booking card. And if you'd like it done a little faster, which is 2 to 3 week processing, then if you're over the age of 16, it's $170 for the book, $90 for the card, or $200 for both. And And if you're under the age of 16, then it's $140 for the book, $75 for the card, and $155 for both the book and the card to be processed in 2 to 3 weeks. And once you've completed and gathered up all your documents, you will have to go visit somebody called an acceptance agent. Now these acceptance agents are usually located in your local post office or courthouse, or sometimes even public libraries. And once you go to that location, you'll have to pay a $35 fee for them to verify your documents again, as this is a requirement when applying for a damaged passport. What I'll do is I'll include a link in the description below regarding this. And there's something called an acceptance agent locator where you can enter your zip code and see the local agents in your area. So this will help you find an agent if need be. But once you take your documents to them, they'll sign off on everything and then take your documents and ship it off to the passport agency to begin processing. Okay, so these are the steps that you need to take to apply for a damaged passport or get a damaged passport replaced. Now, if you have any questions regarding this, feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to reply to them. And if you enjoyed this video or this video is helpful, remember to like and subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.